What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous, most toxic black man on the internet. The brother who told you not to go out with that weird looking white boy, but you did it anyway, and now you wound up in some white boy stew. And I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, for those who don't know, on Netflix, they have made a brand new series focusing on the murders of the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. And, you know, a lot of black people I see on black Twitter and social media are watching this series because I guess most black people until this series came out were unaware that the majority of victims of Jeffrey Dahmer were black people. He was actually staying in a black neighborhood committing his crimes. And there are black people who tried to warn the police about this devil, but of course, being black, people don't listen to them. So they just let the murders continue, right? So, a lot of black people are watching this series, and I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to check it out probably next week or so. But some people were saying on Twitter that there are actually gay black people talking about how Jeffrey Dahmer is attractive to them, even knowing what he did, even knowing what type of person he was and how he was luring these black, especially these gay black males, into his clutches. They're talking about how attractive and sexy Jeffrey Dahmer is. He has a little fan club in the gay black Twitter sector. And there are a couple of swirlers and divestors saying the same nonsense as well. Because, they pal around with these gay black males. Gay black males, swirlers and divestors, and black feminists all pal around together. So they're saying that, to them, they think Jeffrey Dahmer is attractive. And some of them are even saying, he would have gotten me too if I lived back then, or if I lived, I guess, in that hood or whatever. He would have gotten me because he's a handsome man. Knowing all of what this devil did, knowing how this devil invited people into his home, how he tried to turn people into like living zombies and whatnot, injecting them with chemicals and whatnot, and even knowing that he ate some of these people, there's still Negroes out there who talking about they find this white boy attractive, and that's sickness. That's sickness beyond anything. That's self hate, and there is an extreme amount of self hate that goes on within the black LGBT community. They don't want to admit that because a lot of them have this weird mindset that the black community, quote unquote, abused them or hurt them or made fun of them or whatever, even though they make up most of the black church, even though they're always in the majority of black entertainment, whether it be acting, music, or whatever. Even though these gay black people permeate all these spaces, somehow the black community was so torturous for them, and they feel that the only place that they can be safe, or the only place that they have any camaraderie, is with white folks. Basically, they want to be white folks' lapdog, a lot of them. And proof of this, if you go look at the majority of gay black people in Hollywood, they all got white spouses or white boyfriends or girlfriends. Okay, so that proves my point as far as like what they really want. A lot of them just want to be up under white folks. But when you have an absolute demon like Jeffrey Dahmer, who was killing these fools, who was deliberately targeting these fools, and they still have black people out there saying that they want to be with this fool, even though they know what he did. That just shows you a lot of them are weak-minded and weak of spirit, and just can't help but be the lapdogs to white supremacy. They have such a love and infatuation with white folks. Even a psychopathic white male who eats people is attractive to them. That's why I said, even with that Divestor video that I did earlier in the week, that his white skin is all they need. Just the fact that he's white, that puts him almost in a godlike paradigm. That puts him on the pedestal of being a god, just because he's white. They love this white man so much that they don't care. And this is also why you can't help some of our people. Because if they'll freely admit to wanting to be with this demon, this stinking ass demon, then you can't do anything for them. They'll dive head first into hellfire just to be around this white person. Okay, so I don't have any sympathy for these types of people that would say something like this. Now, it's one thing to not know what's going on, right? It's one thing to not know this man's a serial killer, but then to know that and still to say I'm going to walk head first into hellfire or put my head in this predator's mouth, that's a whole different subject, right? So I can't have sympathy for people like that, and there's no way of saving someone like that. And that's why I say a lot of our people are just not going to be saved, because there's too many of them who are just happy to be ignorant. They just can't resist being ignorant, right? So I can only talk to people and give advice to people who want to be free or who want to better themselves and not live in darkness and in ignorance. But there's just some people you just can't help. And so now you got, these rainbow divestors, these black males who are part of the alphabet community, talking about how much they love Jeffrey Dahmer. So I guess this movie is their fantasy. This new series about Jeffrey Dahmer is their fantasy for some white man to kidnap them, inject them with chemicals, and consume their flesh. I guess that's their fantasy now. They'll do whatever they want to be with this disgusting vulture of a white man. I'm glad there was a black man that took his ass off this plane of existence. I'm glad some black man killed his dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to that brother. That brother should be held in high regard for doing that. Okay? But you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about these Jeffrey Dahmer fanboys crawling all over the internet now. To me, it's disgusting, it's disturbing, but not surprising. I know how desperate some of our people are for white folks. Doesn't matter what type of white folks they are. They could be straight up serial killers. And this is how so many black males and black females wind up in the clutches of these demons, because they just don't believe. They believe the white man is God and only black people are dangerous. Just acting like straight up minstrel buffoons. You let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back on my foot on these devils' back.